Okay, if you can hear me, definitely say something in the chat. Okay, hopefully now we've got a microphone, then everybody can hear us and everything will work just wonderful. I'm going to be moving pages back and forth, um, changing the producer and the way things work. So bear with me, and I'm going to get this set up so that we can have a really, really good experience this time. Woohoo! Now I can see everything that's on that screen. All right, my name is David Wilkes. This is Performance Marketing Services. Today we're going to go over how to build a Facebook page, pretty much from start to finish. Setting a Facebook page up for business. There's a lot of information about how to have a proper Facebook page. There's questions about it. There's what you can do, what you can't do. There's why you should have your Facebook page set up for business, and it's right here. If you look at the rules of Facebook, the terms of service, it says, why should I convert my personal account to a Facebook page? It is against the terms of service for you to have a Facebook personal profile and to be using it for business. So if you're doing that, we're going to go over the steps today to get you up to speed so that you can have a Facebook compliant page. Again, this has nothing to do with Plexus Worldwide. This is absolutely just to teach you how to get your Facebook set up in the proper way so that it can function and you can start making money from home. So with that being said, take a look at this right here. I mean, it's right there where you need it. Go to Facebook help, ask a question, and Facebook will definitely tell you what you need to know. If you've been with us on Facebook for a while and you followed our page, I appreciate it. I try not to go too terribly fast. I will do everything I can today to, balance out the speed of what I'm doing. So let's go over a few basics. What you're going to need to have your Facebook page set up is, I tell people to start first with a name. You have to know what kind of name you're going to want for your Facebook page. So with that being said, I'm going to go to a 2D mix. I'm going to bring this page in a little bit, and we're going to start with GoDaddy. The reason I start with GoDaddy is because ultimately everything that you do on your Facebook page is going to come down to what you need to have for your business for the future. Now let me say that again. If you're a Plexus ambassador, Secrets ambassador, or whatever ambassador that you are with your MLM, limiting yourself to the name of your business, of Plexus of this, Plexus of that, Secrets, Vibe, Body Vibe, It Works, It Wraps, whatever it is, you're limiting yourself. If you say that you're Plexus of Houston, Texas, where I'm at right now, then how are you going to sell something to someone in Nebraska? Why would they even decide to go with you when they can go look for somebody nearby where they live? So don't limit yourself demographically. If you've done that already and you've already created a Facebook page using a different name or a name that binds you to a location, start the process to change it. Now, if you've already locked your URL, and we'll go into all of that stuff, you can ask Facebook and request to make that change. Now, I am aware that in the back office you're allowed to make that change and submit to Plexus. I'm not sure about the other companies, but you can change your URL. The reason for that is you don't want to limit yourself geographically. You want to be able to take over the world, because if you put a year into this if you follow our steps and you put the effort into it, you can go diamond. You can be successful, and you will be. So let's start here at GoDaddy. Now, we're working with Tia Terrell. We're going to have the page that's called Health Tips by Tia.com. Now, let me explain why I'm calling it Health Tips, because this is going to blow you away. And this is why you're taking your time to watch this video. We're going to hit search. It's available. So we're going to buy this and make sure that we have this available. So that's the important thing right now. I'm going to add that. I don't need the privacy protection right now. Go to add. You'll scroll down GoDaddy. They'll try and sell you everything they've got. Continue to check out. I don't want all that stuff. I don't need it. I'm not building a website with it. Nothing at all. I'm going to set it for 1 year for right now. Let them refresh. And I'm going to go to checkout. Yes, I have a GoDaddy.com account. 3, 4, 6, something or other. Oh, I got to log in, and I keep forgetting to do this. Oh, it's going to be that day. All right, so I forgot my password. I'm on a different computer. I'll have to get it from my other computer. But anyway, that's the step. We'll start there. The next step is let's go to Google. I'm going to sign out of my account, and I'm going to create a new Gmail account. Now it's automatically going to jump in and give me my old information, but I'm going to create a new account. Health Tips by Tia. You follow me? We just happen to know her birthday. Woohoo! All right, nobody's allowed to look at her birthday. And the crazy verification that we all cannot stand to do. And I hope I get it right. I should be using my glasses, but nobody's ever seen me wear glasses on TV or on camera, so I'm going to bypass that. All right, we'll say the password. Don't need to do any of that. All right, now we've created a Google account. Now, the reason I've created a Google account is because when we implement her tabs in the future, we're going to start setting up this Google account so that we have specialized areas in Gmail for her account to go to. Now, you see they have all these different areas right here. When you create these new areas, you will be able to send the response and the clients that you have. We will go to create new, enter a new label name. Let's say Plexus Ambassadors. Create. That will create a new label. Now we'll create a new one here. Diabetes. create. We'll move another one, create weight loss. Now, I've moved kind of fast, but the reason I've done so is to show you right here that I've created these 3 different categories. Now, in the future, you'll want to create more. And what you're going to do is, as people contact you and they give you their information in an email, you put them as a new contact in any one of these categories. Again, up in contacts, since this is a brand new email address, we don't have any. So when you save somebody's name and you add them in here, we'll go plus Tia Terrell. We'll add. Now you can add her picture, email address, phone, address, birthday, and add their Facebook URL. Then you have this whole area over here where you can add notes. So every time that you've communicated with that person, you know more about them. Write this down and keep up with your contacts. This is a really good way for you in the future to get all of your information in one place about your contacts. And it will help you out. Because what you're going to want to do is you can have all these other contact information categories added to this contact. And like I said, in the future, when you reach out to these people, if you have something from Plexus Worldwide that's all about diabetics, it's a testimony specifically for that category, you can reach out to all these people at one time using an email program like Campaigner and send a bulk email without spamming Facebook and getting red flagged. So that's why we create the Gmail account, so that you have some accountability for your contacts, you have information about your contacts, and you have an ability to diversify your professional business by reaching out to these people individually. So let's get out of this and let's go to our Facebook page, because this is where we're going to start today. Now, this is the cover image that we've got for our latest Facebook page. And I'm going to turn chat off because I don't need to have all this on here. And now you can see this is our page, recommendations, latest things that we've added. We've been building custom covers for people for the last several weeks. Each one of our clients gets a special cover made, and I'm going to show you exactly how that's done. So let's go to Adobe. And look what it takes to get Photoshop. Because Photoshop is a very advanced program. It allows a very professional image. It is difficult to use, but if you watch videos on YouTube, if you follow through making mistakes and learning from them, you will do very well with Photoshop. So it's a very expensive program, but here's the way to get it: professional and business use. Go to their Creative Cloud membership right here. If you get the Creative Cloud membership, it's $49 a month. This keeps you from having to spend $2,000+ for a single program to get your business started. What you also get is all of their programs, like Adobe, Photoshop. You can get Creative Cloud, Creative Suite, Marketing Cloud, Acrobat, Publishing Suite. All of these different programs come as part of this $49 membership. So I already have it, and that's what I use to make these cover pages. So we've got to create a new page. But first, let's create our images. So follow along with me as I do this. All right, we're starting with the new image. So I'll go to File, Open. I'm going to go to my artwork. And over here I have the Plexus products already laid out for a cover image. Now, a cover image is 851 pixels by 315. It's real important to get everything in the right place to have that set up. Now, where you set that up is when you go into your file and you're creating this, you would create new, and right here is where you would set your width and leave the resolution at 72. You don't have to print this because this is going for web. RGB color doesn't really matter. Transparency gives you this funny looking grid, and then you type in whatever you're going to name your cover. So I've already done that and added all the products, and you can see over here each one of the products is layered out and done in a clear manner. Now, if I were going to have this with, let's say, a really cool background, I come down here and I hit Place. I go to Raw Artwork, but I've already picked out one for Tia. And this is what we're going to do for her page. Oops. So we're going to lay this out, double click it, which drops it down. It's not reaching out all the way to the side, so I'm going to reach over here, grab this edge, and bring it a little wide. I'm going to do the same thing here. That way I know it goes over the edge. Now you can see where you can see the edge up here on the top. So we'll go Control T. And that highlights it a little bit more. Let's bring this up a little. Now double click it. And that'll drop it into place. Now I'll go up here to get my little arrows. This allows me to grab. I will right click. It will show the 96 logo. Now I can move that over here. Now you'll notice that 96 is a little burgundy in color. That's because I used it for something different. So I will go over here to where I have the 96 and it's highlighted. Double click it. And over here where I have bevel and emboss, because I've already created this document, I'm going to change where the light in the world is hitting it, which will change the brightness. I can make it pink. Well, let's go back to the original red, which is right there. Now that's done. Now I'll go back over here to where it says Plexus Slim. And you know, for right now, I'm going to leave that where it is. I'll click on the bottle. I'm going to move that over. It's about right there. Let's take this X factor. You know, we should put, you can see you can move these all over the place. Accelerator belongs with the Plexus Slim, so let's move that right here. And you see how easy this is? We can take this body cream, move it over here. It's really simple. What I'm doing is I'm right clicking, it shows me the file names, and then I can just move these where they need to go. And once I drop them down, I can use the arrow keys on the keyboard to move them in small areas, in small amounts. just like that. Very simple. I'm going to succeed, but where are we going to put this? Let's do something crazy. Watch. So take this 96. I'll hit Control T again. And I'm going to close that down a little bit. That way I can move it. Double click to drop it. Now we're going to use the arrow keys to move it where we want it. I'm going to take this fast relief bottle and move it up here. We're going to take this Plexus bottle, and I'm just going to use the arrow key to move it over a little bit. And now we got a successful layout with pretty much everything that's in place. But we also have to do one more thing. Every photo that I make has my ambassador or my client's URL in place. So we're going to go Control O and open again. We'll go to artwork. And I'm going to go to my Plexus URL. And I'm going to highlight this, go to my eraser, and erase everything that was in there before. Control D will get rid of that. I'll go to T. And now I can do vertical type. Let me close this because it is not functioning. Don't you love it? Live TV. And this is why Photoshop is so frustrating. Wouldn't you know, it's not going to work right when I'm doing it. Actually, you know what? Let's just clean it all out and start from scratch. So we'll go new, since I'm trying to teach you how to do new stuff. Our width is going to be 1600. Our height, say 200. Transparent. So that's where we're going to start with. Now, I've already downloaded the Facebook font. You can get that online pretty much anywhere. You can download and you can look up Facebook font on Google, and the information will come up that will have it. So the first thing we're going to do is create our typeset, and that's going to be acebook.com/health tips. Actually, let's do this save real quick. You can barely see it, but that's going to change. We'll go to styles because I've already saved the style. That's going to give it a chrome look. I roll this number, and that's changing the light as light would hit it, if you see it. Now, it changes the shadows. How many people have I completely lost? It's Greek. Oh, yeah, I see, Sarah, you're tripping out, huh? This is why you pay me the big bucks. All right. How many people are we losing? All right, so we're going to do this Facebook.com. Let's do a simple one. And I'll hit OK. That gives me this. Actually, let me do one more thing to it. Let's adjust the stroke. And then let's give it an outer glow. And our glow will be pink. We're going to give it some range so it kind of disappears. Go back to the stroke. Let's change this bevel. See, this is how much fun I have with Photoshop. You can change all these things. Now, I'm going to highlight this, Control A, and using this up here in the upper right hand, this is character, and this moves the characters together so that they'll fit. I'm going to go up here to the right so I get my arrows. Now I can move this anywhere I want. And we're going to drop down the actual Facebook logo right here. I'm going to bring that over to the left. Control T. Now, you see how it's over the A? That's because this is called a layer. So I'm going to go up here to the layer section, and I'm going to move that backwards. Now the A of Facebook will go over that. So I'm going to right click here, hit the facebook.com, and now I can move this where I need it. All right, how many people are completely lost? This is what we do to set up a page. So once you get past all of this stuff here, it's actually very simple. I'm going to hit Control, Alternate, and C so I can make this wider. And I'm going to add 6 inches to my document here. I'm saying relative, so I can just tell one. I moved my arrow key over here. You can move this all over. This determines where it's going to move your extension. Now you see this got larger. Now 6 inches isn't going to be enough, so we go Control Alternate C again. Let's just add 10. It's going to be a really long document. And you see the reason, let me go in here one more time. You'll see this is 38 inches across now. If you built this in Facebook and you created it and you saved it as a PSD Facebook file, you can take this file to any graphics company. They can convert it to a vector file, which of course all this is Greek. And then you don't have artwork charges or as much of artwork charges if you wanted to make a 36 or 38 inch decal across your car. And the resolution would be plenty high enough that you could do that. I'm going to hit Control 0. That will fit it within my frame. I'm going to go back, make sure that's highlighted. Go over here to my text. Click on it. Now I'm going to go Health Tips by Tia. I'm going to hit Control A so I have it all. Make sure that my sizing is correct. I think that looks good. Let's tighten it up a little bit. How about we make it squash a little? There we go. That looks cool. What do you think? All right. I'm going to go over here to the crop key. I'm going to hit clear. And I'm going to go all the way to the left. And I'm going to go to right here. I'm going to double click. And then I'm going to hit Control Shift S. Then I will save this as a PNG file. I'm going to go up to Tia and go Facebook URL is what I will call it. Enter. And now that is saved. So now we're back to our original document that we started with. I'm going to go to Place, grab her URL by double clicking it, bring it down. Now I'm going to grab the corner of this and hit the Shift key. And what that's going to do is park the right hand side. Now I'll unclick. I'll go back over here, do the same thing while hitting the Shift key, and it's going to park that just like that perfectly. I'm going to grab this without hitting the Shift key and bring it up again. Now I'm going to double click it to make it stay. That looks kind of funny. So let's go Control T. Let's flatten that back out. I'm going to use my arrows to move it where I want. And over here you can hit the opacity on the right hand side, and you can make that drop down a little bit so it doesn't stand out so bright. Now here's a little funny trick you can do. You click this over here, and then if you have a mouse with a thumb wheel on it, you can rock through the different types of way of blending this, which will increase or decrease the differences in the shadows. Till you find something you think looks really cool. That looks pretty neat. So we'll go back to the original. And I'm going to bring the opacity back up. So now that this is laid out, I will hit Control Shift S. I will go back up to Tia's page. I'm going to save this as a PNG. That is done. All right, now her cover image is complete. Now let's open up one more picture. And I think this is great. I love it. It made me laugh when I saw it. I think it's hysterical. But it's not big enough, and it doesn't say everything we need. So let's make this a little bit bigger. So I'll hit Control Alt C. It's going to give me my relative size. It's an inch by an inch. But here's the problem. Facebook requires you to have a 180 by 180 resolution image. This isn't really perfect. So let's go cancel on this. I'm going to go here to my crop, and I'm going to go for a 1 by 1 square. Now this is going to give me a 1 by 1 square. So I'll double click it. Now I don't have to think of math or anything like that or how to make it the way I want it to be. So I'm going to go back up to my arrows. But you see, I want to put something on the bottom of this. I'm going to hit Control C. And I'm going to change the background to white. And I want this to push down so I can put some text there. So I'm going to hit height, and I'm going to add ½ an inch, 0.5. That gives me that much room right there. And here I'm going to go to File, replace. Up. We'll go to artwork where there's a bunch of artwork that I've already collected. And let's just put drink pink. That'll work. Drop that down here. Now, since that doesn't really quite fit, let's do something. We'll drop this. Now, I'm going to hide this real quick because I'm going to do something different. Now watch. I'm going to go to crop. Oop. Control Z will fix my screw up there. But that doesn't fit the whole picture. Watch this. Now that does. Did you see how I did that? Watch this. We'll go back. Grab this. Pull it down. Boom. Automatically does this for you. Double click. Now our crop is larger. Now, but this is kind of all by itself. And we're going to make the drink pink appear by clicking on the eyeball. We'll go off of this. I've highlighted drink pink. I'm going to go Control T. Now watch what we do here. Shift alternate grabs both sides of it. But I want it like this. Now, there's another thing I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the background by clicking this. I'm going to go up here to my box. I'm going to adjust it. Now I'm going to hit Control T again. I'm going to grab a corner of this. And now I can free manipulate my fruit. That sounds really bad. And then hit Control D. And I got a basic cover image, drink pink. So I'll hit Control Shift S to save. I need to convert that to a PNG file. And go Tia icon and leave it at that. Alright, now we're good to get out of Photoshop for a while. So we'll drop down here. If you're going to start and create a new page, starting from scratch, this is where everybody that tuned in to see this is how to start a Facebook page and not how to do Photoshop. This is where we're going to start. You're going to start as a company, organization, or institution. Choose a category. Well, we're in the health and beauty business, right? Healthy tips by, or not, we said health tips. No, healthy, that's right. Healthy tips by Tia. Did I totally mess that up? Hold on a second. Control O. I forgot the Y. It's a good thing we didn't do this all the way. See, this is where you got to make mistakes, right? So we'll go, this is health tips by Tia. Done. Agree to the Facebook terms. Get started. Click that. Add a description. Health tips by Tia. Done. Your website, www.healthtipsbytia.com. Yes, it does. Yes, it is. This is just making sure that you're authorized to be doing this. Save the info. Now, upload from the computer. Now, you're going to see that this doesn't fit perfectly. Facebook resizes everything. We'll fix that in a minute. Hit next. Yes, I want this in my favorites in my newsfeed. Next. All right, so our page is created. I'm going to be the first person to like it. Woohoo! All right, edit profile picture. Edit thumbnail. Scale to fit. Now you'll see it shrinks it down and it fits right. Now we'll add the cover page. Yes, it's a unique cover. Got it. Upload the photo. Now you see this? We got some scrutiny going on here. So we'll make another one. But for right now, let's go to our settings. Edit settings. You want to go through these and check your post visibility, your email controls. People can contact you privately. This is really important because this is what turns on the message function so that people can make sure that they reach you. And if you don't have that turned on, because if you didn't set your page up as a business, meaning an organization or a company, then sometimes that's defaulted to turn off. And go here where it says notifications. I don't want to be notified every time someone goes to the page. There's a place for a profanity filter, so you can cut out certain cuss words. And now let's go to page info. Enter your page address. If you've ever seen some people that have facebook.com/pages and then a name, that's because they haven't set up their URL. So here's where you do that. But you have to have at least 25 fans sometimes. Once you set this, you cannot change it. So make sure you get what you want. Enter our address. Now this is really important. I know this brings the stalker factor up a little bit, but I'm going to tell you why. If you want to do this, you can. If you live in an apartment, it's actually great because you can just put the address of the apartment, and I mean of the apartment complex, and not the actual apartment. But if you go here and you type in the address, which is what we're going to do, which is 621 Gravely, and that's in Birmingham, Alabama, who's playing football right now. I hope they lose. Postal code is 35206. Save changes. Now, the reason we're doing this is because it allows people to check in at your address. And if you're selling product, that's great. When they come visit you, you have them check in. But the best yet is it puts a little block on your page called recommendations. And it's the only way that you can get it there. And by having the recommendations block, people can then recommend you to their friends. They can recommend you, and it shows up on their Facebook page every time that they recommend you. It also shows up on your Facebook page every single time you check in. So you can put, I'm doing work, I'm editing, I'm updating, I'm home, I'm not at home. You can do all sorts of things that will allow more visibility to your page, and it's free. So you can write a long description, your mission, names of the founders, awards, products, add a phone number. Again, you want people to be able to contact your page. 205 500 5248. Call up Tia. Enter her email address. Health tips by Tia at gmail.com. Done. So now we have our page is named the same, our URL is the same, and our email is all the same. Our settings are all set up correctly. Go to more and go to this thing right here that says mobile. This is really important. Going to mobile comes up with this crazy email address right here. Definitely 864 smelt. Means nothing, but it also means a lot. Save this in your cell phone as a new contact. The reason you do this is if you're using Page Manager app, it resizes the photos that you take, and it also gives you a limitation as how many characters that you can input to your page. When you use this email address and you save it to your phone, any amount of characters that you want to add to the page will automatically go in the subject header. You type them in the subject header, and it goes as the reply or the comment or the caption for the photo that you're uploading. It also allows you to make a status update with no photo whatsoever of a lot more characters than 140, which is the limitation using all of the other functions. So I highly recommend that you save this in your cell phone when you start your page. Now we're going to go back to view page. Okay, so we got a cool looking page, and here's the recommendations box right here. You just click on it and go, I love this place. Thanks for all the help. Woohoo. And hit recommend. Boom. Thank you for my recommendation. Isn't that awesome? Now it comes up with my name, and it's going to show up on my profile that I gave a recommendation. Check this out. If y'all want a funny cover like that, let me know. I'll hook you up. Please go steal it. Let's go back to where we were. We're going to leave that one right there. Now, if we go to look at all these Plexus Slim pages. Click pages. There's tons of them. There we go. This is one we're looking for. Why are we looking for this? I'll show you why. Let's go to photos. All their photos are crazy. They don't have any order whatsoever to all their photos. This is the corporate site. None. Hey, look, check. It's an airplane with Plexus Worldwide logo on it. So, this is the latest one they've had on their timeline. They got no description for it. No descriptions. That's a shame. It would help if they had that, because then you could go they don't even have one that shows testimonials. Nada. So we will do Ooh, look at this. See? Someone's selling you something there. Isn't that crazy? Let's do this. This makes it much easier. Ah. Thank the Lord. Woohoo! I see you. We are going to albums. This is where setting up an album works the best. See all these testimony photos? Let's do another one. Photos, albums, 1,000 of them. Now, we're going to right click, save. I'm going to save this photo. Into Tia's folder. Now I'm going to go here to the photos, add new photos. Now, this is how you add the new photo album. So I'm going to go Plexus Slim products of the product. And from the other page where I got the photo, I will copy the description and paste it right here. So now when I post that photo, it's in its own album. Waiting for Facebook. Okay. Now, why do we do it this way? I'll show you why. This photo now shows up right here, Health Tips by Tia, in its own album. If I click it, there's only one album, one picture. But we're going to add another one. Save image. This is why I'm working with two screens, kicks total butt. I'm going to go down here to the left-hand side, and I'm going to add another photo. I'll go back to the page that I got it from, grab the text for that photo, put it right here, and hit post photos. And I could sit here and do this all night long. Grabbing great photos, great testimony, and putting it into an album. Add photo, add one, grab the information, and put it here. Now, every week they add new testimonial photos to the Plexus Worldwide site. They share all these great images of people. They're great testimonies. It's amazing, you know, real life. Now you see, add more photos. I don't have to just do one. Right here. And I paste it just like that. And what I'm doing is I'm snagging these off Miss Fletcher's page because she has 1,000 photos. Aren't these great? Look at this. Save the image right here. Go back to that tab. Add the photo. Double click it. It shows up here. I will go Right back here, Control V, paste, add more photos. Whoop, I'm forgetting my ratio already. Click on this tab, click on this picture, one more. See, save image as, it saves it. Now I can go copy this, add more images. It's going to add the image. Control V. Now let's hit post and see what it does. As you can see, we're starting to fill up a nice little album here. We'll go back to the front of the page. And it usually puts your latest photo right there on top. Or you can choose to have a particular photo on top. But let's say you're sharing this album and you're sharing the new photo of the day. Well, when you do that, now you have a clickable bunch of photos with the text and all the information right there. Doesn't get any better than that. And that helps you because let's say you shared something about someone, and since she has IBS, you know, that was what was shared for that day for you to take and give out to everybody on the web. Well, let's say that this person here has a different reason why they're on Plexus Slim, and you don't know who's watching your page. If you send one photo every day that's only focused on IBS and how they lost weight with that, well, now you have a whole album of photos that might be different and they're clickable. So it increases your ability to reach out to more people. Now, we will do what's called highlight, and that highlights the photos and gives you a longer photo stream across the page. And if I wanted to, I can click here again, reposition this photo, and make that appear pretty professional. Now, how's that for a page? Pretty easy, right? All right, well, that's the basics of setting up a professional Facebook page. Now, notice you have your map and your likes and your photos, filling out all the information. That's what you need to do. Make sure you have as much filled out as you can. You know, if you want to get into the tabs and how they function, and we have numerous tabs that we can custom make that will work for just about anything. One of our best ones is the Plexus Products tab. And what this does is this is the information directly from the replicated sites. And it takes people directly to that ambassador where that has been hosted. But also gives all of the information right here and an opportunity for someone to share. If you send people to your replicated site, they have no way of sharing that. They really don't. This way they can stay parked on Facebook, share the information, and everybody sees it. But it's sharing the information directly back to your Facebook page, which sends people right to you, which that's the whole idea. And we've got numerous ones. I've got the entire National Speedway Directory Track Guide, depending on what city you're in, where you want to go racing, what kind of racing you like. All of that built right there. We can build tabs for just about anything. Our Instagram feed. Here's a really cool one. This is really important. Okay, so the Plexus Worldwide sends out a video every week. Every single week they send one out, maybe several times a week. This is the opportunity calls. If you get on the opportunity call, it's right here. Now, what a lot of people are doing, a lot of ambassadors are doing, is they're watching these on video on the YouTube website for Plexus Worldwide. And when they get it, they share it directly to their Facebook wall so everybody can go there. Now, why wouldn't you just share the link on your page through a tab, or would you send it through here? How would you do this? Well, let me tell you what happens when you do this. Look at all these other ambassadors that have made their own videos. And they're successful. They're very successful. But if you're going to send someone to go watch this video on the Plexus Worldwide website, on their Facebook page, and look at these testimonials with 5,911 views, and look what we have here. More Plexus ambassadors reaching out to your wannabe client, your new sign-up. So, do you want to give your new sign-up more ammo? Go check on everybody else's page and go sign up underneath another ambassador? Or would you rather they park on your page right here, watch all of these videos where it shows exactly what they are, all the titles, all the opportunity calls, every single one of them, and then they can share right here or go directly to your page right there. They can see this, go to your products, and check out everything about what makes this so amazing right here. So, I thank you for joining me for this hour. It's been a little crazy. I had a couple of hiccups, but I thank you for giving it your time. And if you've got any questions, please reach out to us at Performance Marketing Services. My phone number is 225-337-5398. My name is David Wilkes. I'm open to help you out with anything you need, Facebook-wise, social media-wise, to get you started to make you a professional. Thank you.